Okay, so hi everyone, good morning. For today, we're going to have our final discussion for personality and behavioral assessment. So this is the final lesson for module 3, for module 2. no? Okay, so I would encourage you to turn on your camera for us to have a more face-to-face like class. No, so good morning once again. So let's begin with our discussion and personality and behavioral assessment. Last time we have discussed about clinical interviewing and cognitive assessment. So at this time, let's discuss more into personality and behavioral assessment. So how do we actually assess personality, temperament, and behavioral patterns? What do we use? How do we assess them? So the purpose of personality and behavioral assessment is for clinicians or for psychometricians, for psychologists to understand enduring traits, patterns of thinking, emotional regulation, interpersonal functioning, risk or signs of psychopathology or clinical disorders, and diagnostic clarification whether the person met a certain diagnosis or not. And at the same time, it allows us clinicians to provide clinical treatment planning. No, according to Pomeranz, personality assessment is central to clinical work and has evolved significantly over decades. So there's a lot of ways of how we could test or assess personality of the person, patterns of behavior. Okay, so here are major tools we use to assess personality. So we have MMPI, 2, we have MMPI 2F, we have personality assessment inventory. Let me just run through with a different test. So now we are into the assessment part of personality. So MMPI measures psychopathology, personality patterns. It's quite lengthy. Mahaba ito, no? And may mga validity indicators of clinical skills. So may mga certain scales for faking, if the person is faking good, faking bad. Kapag tumataas yung score niya dun sa scale na yon, hindi na nagiging valid yung response niya. So invalidated na yung pag-take niya ng test. Kaya medyo tricky minsan, no? Hindi madaling makapag-fake good or fake bad sa MMPI kasi if ikaw magte-take ka, wala kang knowledge about that, about how to use the test, then more likely hindi ka makakalusot, no? Meron siyang mga K scales, F scales, yun yung mga validity niya ng mga scales to know kung talagang valid yung response niya dun sa self-report na tool, no? So the strengths of this is having a strong reliability and validity indexes, extensive empirical research kasi gamit na gamit talaga siya ngayon, no? Gamit na gamit si MMPI ngayon to determine psychopathology. MMPI is used for diagnostic purposes. Ginagamit ko siya for diagnostic purposes. Talagang clinical ang atake ni MMPI, Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory. It does require cultural adaptation. Very lengthy talaga siya. Mahaba. Umaabot minsan ng 264 items. Literacy needed, yes, because statements are quite requires formal education, no? So, um, yun yung major personality assessment na ginagamit si MMPI, no? Later, malalaman nyo yung iba. So, next, let's go to objective personality test. These are structured, standardized, and empirically scored. So, they are considered more reliable and valid than projective test. Okay. So, MMPI, may 338 items. So, na-mention ko to sa inyo, ginagamit siya ngayon, no? Ito yung talagang required minsan for employment, required siya for court cases, required siya for different cases talaga, no? Especially on the forensic part, no? Often used in clinical, forensic, and employment settings. Ginagamitan siya ng research talaga. So, yeah, meron akong friend na who owns this. May kamahalan siya talaga, na ayan. So, ginagamit siya for employment, ginagamit siya for legal and forensic cases. So, punta tayo dito sa Melons. So, si Melon, MCMI, Melon Clinical Multi-Axial Inventory. So, ito naman, ang pinaka bagong version is for purpose niya is to assess personality disorders and clinical syndromes. Based siya dun sa theory ni Melon's theory of personality. Whilst annulment, isang isang suitable na na case or diagnosis talaga is kapag personality disorder na siya kasi somehow incurable, no? Yung case for kasi sa annulment kasi kailangan talaga nating i-prove na hindi na talaga siya or mahirap na siyang i-treat, no? Hindi kasi pwedeng may bipolar or may depression lang si wife or si husband para lang talaga ma-approve yung annulment case. There are certain cases like antecedents, incurableness, at saka yung last is ano nga yung isa intensity, no? So, si Milon, ina-assess niya yung personality disorder and a friend of mine mentioned na talagang tinatanggap sa courts kapag PD or personality disorders na. So, assessment of personality disorders and clinical syndromes, borderline, narcissistic, obsessive compulsive dependent, no? Yung mga ganung mga PDs. So, strengths niya is strong siya for assessing clinical populations, focus on long-term personality patterns. So, naka-focus siya sa personality. While si MMPI naman, naka-focus siya to different disorders. Marami, no? Wide variety. Kasali na doon sila OCD, schiz, psychosis, MDD, gano'n, no? So, kasali na doon yung mga clusters of disorders. Ito naman, my favorite, si NeoPi 3, Neo Personality Inventory. So, gagaling siya dun sa theory nila McCrae and Costa, if you can remember, the Big Five personality traits. Relevant at ginagamit siya ngayon. Kahit ako ginagamit ko siya ngayon. So, we have neuroticism, extraversion, openness, agreeableness, conscientiousness. Di ba nasa theory na ito yung Big Five na universal siya, no, regardless of the norm or culture. It is used in clinical treatment planning, research, counseling, and career guidance. Hindi masyado siya ginagamit for diagnosis, pero ginagamit siya to know patterns of personality. Unlike sila MMPI tsaka si MCMI, very clinical ang atake nila. Si Neopy naman, hindi siya ganun na diagnostic talaga. Pero ginagamit talaga siya. 16PF, may gumagamit pa ba nito, sir? Minsan yes, no? Ginagamit siya sa workplace, HR screening, leadership and career assessment, couples and relationship counseling. Well, ginagamit pa rin siya pero hindi na siya ganun ka sikat ngayon, no? Quite, ewan ko, parang ano na kasi to parang obsolete na siya pero may mga iba't iba pa rin na gumagamit nito. So galing siya dun sa theory ni Raymond Cattell. So nakikita nyo class, yung theories of personality, mahalagang maintindihan natin yun. Kasi nga, most of the test, counseling approaches, yun yung anchor niya. Doon yung theory, yung framework niya. So sana hindi nyo masyadong tinake for granted si theories of personality. Okay, next we have Pi. Ito yung bibili ng kaibigan ko. Pi is for adolescents. Mostly for adolescents. Pero ginagamit din siya for adults. Si Pi naman assess clinical syndromes, interpersonal functionings, considerations, strength. Shorter siya than MMPI. Yes, in some clinics na-affiliate ko, ito yung substitute nila kay MMPI, si Pi. Ito yung substitute niya kay MMPI. It can be used for substitute for MMPI if done by some clinics. Strong research support. Yeah. Kasi medyo shorter ito, no? Si Pi. Medyo shorter si Pi. Pero pwede kayong bumili din ng dalawa or pwede niyong gamitin yung dalawa. But make sure lang na it's either MMPI or Pi. No? Ayan. Pero syempre, masasabi kong mas valid yung framework ni MMPI. Yun yung sikat talaga. Now, let's go to projective test. These are considered unstructured and hindi siya objective personality test. Hindi ako nabibilib sa mga projective test pero ginagamit talaga siya. Required siyang gamitin. Stimuli designed to reveal unconscious processes. Minsan hindi ko maintindihan. if talaga bang kailangan talaga si projective test kasi nga walang objective way of score. Merong objective way of scoring pero syempre drawing, no, house, 3 person. Paano mo siya mare-relate sa personality ng person? Well, for some, well ako, hindi ko siya makitaan masyado ng validity. Yun naman talaga yung weakness talaga ni projective. So we have the Rorschach ink blot test, no? It assesses perception, thought organization, and emotional functioning. Um, we have also thematic perception test. It assesses themes in personal relationships, the needs, the drives, the conflicts, ego functions, limitations, cultural bias, and it does have lower empirical support, and it does require extensive training, no? Si thematic perception test. Sa doctoral, meron talagang specific course for Rorschach and kay thematic. So, sinong pwede mag-administer ng mga projective test? Psychologist lang. Kasi level C na kasi si mga projective test. Ang mga level B is yung mga NewPi, ganyan. Level B yun. Yung MMPI, yung mga group administered test. Ka-level siya nila Stanford Binet, Individual Intelligence Test. Tsaka ni Wechsler, mga WAIS. Okay? So projective test are level C test. Now, let's go to House 3 person, yung sikat na sikat, developed by John Buck. The House 3 person is one of the most widely used projective drawing tests globally and extremely popular in the Philippines. So ano ba yung mga mini-measure, sir, ng House 3 person? Yung house daw, relationship yon ng person sa family, no? Yung 3, relationship niya, internal world, at yung person, relationship niya sa kanyang sarili. So yun yung pagkakaalam ko. Kaya siya house 3 person. So ang task lang yun, actually, how do I administer it? So, okay, so Ryan, I will give you this paper and I just want you to draw a house, a tree, and a person. You have to make it look like how do you want it to look like. Ganun lang kasimple. So wala nang ibang instructions, basta pa-drawing ka sa kanila. Usual ng mga sinasabi, "Sir, hindi ako marunong mag-drawing, hindi ako marunong mag-drawing," ganyan-ganyan. So usual ganyan. Ang akin lang, always kong sinasabi kapag yun ang sinasabi ni client is, well, ang meaning naman ng drawing, hindi lang naman yung magandang mag-drawing. Based on my own experience na kasi most of my clients are saying, "Hindi ako marunong mag-drawing," ganyan. So, ginagamit siya for kids, children, and to adults. Adults. Hindi siya diagnostic. Nagbibigay lang siya ng personal insight sa perception niya sa sarili, family relationships, emotional adjustment, interpersonal needs, development, maturity, underlying conflicts, and trauma indicators. There are manuals for HTP. Let's say yung gaano siya ka-shade, gaano yung line, yung pagkakadrawing niya, large house ba yun, big house, fruit-bearing tree ba yun? It means daw your capacity to nurture, mga ganyan, maraming fruits. So, you are becoming more, yun nga, caring, so kaya mong makapag-alaga. Ganon yung mga meanings niyan, yung mga atake niyan. Simple house, you want a simple life, mga ganon, no? Mga ganon, no? Iba't ibang mga meaning. Drawing a smiling person, it means positive yung tingin niya sa kanyang sarili. Positive yung outlook niya sa self niya. Yun yung mga meaning ng mga drawing. So, mas tinitingnan ko talaga yung meaning ng drawing. Ano yung gusto niyang i-draw, hindi yung maganda ba yung drawing niya or hindi. Hindi naman yun yung basis natin for house 3 person. Trauma indicators, yes, yes, yes. Kapag naka-frown, wala masyadong mga facial expression, ganyan. Kapag walang facial expression yung person, parang there's a certain resistance to express something. So, ayan, again, the house is the family and security, the tree, strength, self-integrity, growth, interpersonal relationships, and person is self-image and interpersonal dynamics. Pero yung pagkakaalam ko kayong tree, it's more on relationship niya outside his family or himself. Basta yan na yung themes niya. So it can be administered individually or in groups. Symbolic, yung elements na gusto nating makita. Distortions, yung size, placement, the pressure of the drawing, no, ganon. So ayun, so first part talaga is ipapa-draw mo siya. Yung second part na is yung ika-clarify mo na. So ano yung what is this kind of tree? Can you share me more about this kind of tree? Who is this person? Mga ganon, yung mga ano yung mga questions niyan. Who is this person, no? Anong ginagawa ng person na ito? Ganyan. What is this kind of house? Who lives inside the house? So yun yung mga questions, no? Kapag nag-a-administer tayo ng HTP. Ayun. So, so far, let's go to draw a person. So, draw a person, usually pang bata ito, no? Drawing a human figure, often repeated male or female. Well, ang task nito is ipapadraw mo siya, usually yung sarili niya. What it measures, body image, self-perception, anxiety indicators, emotional disturbance, social functioning, and yan. So, interpretation niyan depende no, sa size, yung proportion, nasa left part ba ng paper, nasa center ba ng paper, yung size, malaki ba yung ulo, no? Kapag malaki daw ang ulo, hilas daw, mga ganun. Ano pa ba? Yung mata, yung mouth niya, naka-smile ba? Ganyan. Yung kamay niya, naka-raise ba? Or nasa side lang? Clothing niya, no? Kapag extravagant, maraming mga design yung drawing niya, yung kanyang clothing. Alam niyo na yung meaning niya, no? Facial features, posture, and orientation. So, kapag may mga parts na hindi niya na-drawing, let's say, wala yung mouth. So, merong meaning din yan, no? Meron din talagang book talaga for Draw a Person test. So may libro kayong pwedeng mabasa for this. Actually, binibili siya. Ayan. So strengths, very useful for child assessment. Usually, bata ko talaga to binibigay. Good for individuals with limited verbal ability. Quick and inexpensive. Limitations is cultural and artistic bias, not diagnostic interpretations, and must be hypothesized based on non-conclusive. So, syempre naka-base yun sa libro, no, mga ginagawa natin. So, example lang ito ha, hindi to pwede sa example. So, gumagawa ako ng psych report. So, something like this siya. So, hindi ito yung result pa actually. Templated lang kasi yung results ko. Kailangan pa siyang baguhin. So, example, ganito ako mag-draw. Yung usually ganyan, no? So, large house, several windows, large tree, presence of a swing. Pakitaan ko kayo ng sample report. Sino ba dito yung ito. 6-year-old. Something like this. So, ganito si draw a person, usually. Ganyan. So, kapag draw a person siya, ganyan, placement, may mga interpretation na siya. Syempre, non-jargon ang kailangan natin gamitin. Size of the drawing, large size figure. Head niya, oval shape. Anong ibig sabihin yan? May book akong fina-follow for this. Eyes, medium size. Ang mata, anong ibig sabihin nun? Mouth niya, naka-drawn curve. So, positive emotional state. Place on the side. Yung arms, anong ibig sabihin yan? Neutral and balanced emotional state. Legs and feet. Medium size legs and might indicate ganyan. So, something like that you could use. Okay. Ang example sa house tree person is something like this. Wala lagi. Wala lagi akong house tree. So, kayo pakitaan lang ng sample for house tree. Yan. Ito example yan. Yan ang example niyan. So, syempre yung details, yung mga domineering or yung mga dominant details ng house. Ano ibig sabihin kapag two-story yung house? Ganyan. Maraming windows, openness, more sociable siya. Very tall, no? Reflects resilience, adaptability, presence of many fruits. Presence of many fruits symbolizes productivity, no? Accomplishment and fulfillment. And kapag basic figure lang yung kanyang na-drawing, yun din yung meaning niya. Simplicity, emotional restraint, limited self-expression. Drawn in a small size yung figure, may feelings of inferiority daw siya, ganyan. So, something like that. So, you can make it like this. But for some templates ng mga psych reports ng ibang clinic, iba rin yung template nila. Pero for me, ito yung fina-follow ko. Okay? Then, of course, there is an overall result. So let's say you can say that for the house tree person, measures projective psychological and emotional functioning that might reside unconsciously within the person, experience of their immediate social world, of the emotional sense of the world, and the person is a more direct reflection of the world. So for the subject, there are no signs of unstable psychological, emotional, or immaturity at her current age. Based on the findings, it further suggests emotionally stable, healthy personality profile for the subject. Something like that lang. Very generic. You don't have to be so technical about it, and do not give many impressions na hindi ka naman talaga sure, no? So, yun yung example niyan. So, sa house, 3-person, and DAP. Okay. Yan. Punta tayo again dito, no? So far, may questions kayo sa house 3 and sa draw person? Kailang naman is yung psych assessment, no? Pero, I guess, kung na-discuss ba gid sa inyo, ha? Oo. So, ito yung mga drawing ha, figure drawing test ang tawag sa mga ganyan. Now, let's go to SAC sentence completion, SSCT. So, si SSCT is a semi-projective technique developed by Joseph Sachs based on 60 sentence stems. The clients complete. So, ako hindi ko siya masyadong alam gamitin, honestly. Nahihirapan akong i-interpret ito kasi nga you're dealing with qualitative data, hindi drawing. Kumbaga, response yung kailangan i-provide ni client at minsan kailangan talaga siya ng formal education. So themes across, it measures family relationships, personal conflicts, self-concept, sexuality, emotions, interpersonal relationships, and goals and motivation. Ayan. So, yeah. So yun yung gustong i-measure ni SSCT. May mga sentences dyan, let's say, mga missing blanks. Let's say, I want to blank. I like to blank. So, yung mga projective test, galing to kay Freud actually, di ba? From the word projective. Kasi sa mga projective test, pinapalabas natin yung mga unconscious desires ng person na hindi kayang i-fake good or fake bad. Yun yung kagandahan kay projective test. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng ma-fake good or fake bad, hindi alam ni client yun. No? Kung ano yung masama at ano yung hindi okay. So, kaya siya maganda rin gamitin. Hindi mo pwedeng i-fake good. Kasi 'di ba yung mga objective ng mga personality test, pwede mong pagandahin yung result mo. Ipapalabas mo na highly conscientious ka, 'di ba? So unlike this na talagang hindi mo siya pwedeng ma-fake good or fake bad. Ano nga si strength, self-integrity, and growth. Self-integrity and growth. Okay. Okay. Sa self-knowledge, strength, and Okay. So, punta tayo kay SSCT. Ayan. Wala akong example, pero pag i-search nyo siya, may mga sentences yun, tapos ang pag-administer niya is mabilis dapat. It won't take so much time para mag-respond si client. Limitations, culture, influences, test interpretation, test misuse if clinician lacks training and over-reliance on Western norms. Ayan. Yes, of course, kasi nga English yung ginagamit. Hindi ko alam kung meron na bang Tagalog na version, no? So far may questions kayo, no? Ayun na, people think I blank. My father blank. I feel anxious when blank. So, ganun yung yung usually binibigay siya as a paper tapos si client ang mag-a-answer. Ganun. Then there's a certain time limit na binibigay sa kanya. It reveals beliefs, anxieties, attitudes, interpersonal issues. So hindi mo na siya ano, kumbaga wala ka ng time para i-fake yung answer mo. Kumbaga pinapalabas natin yung mga nasa loob-loob talaga natin, unconscious nga, 'di ba? Yun yung goal ni projective, to project. Okay? Um, Strengths and limitations of personality assessment, deep insights into personality functioning, useful for forensic settings. Malalaman kasi natin yung patterns of behavior of the person, helps inform psychotherapy. Okay? Madali nating malaman what works for that client or person. Maganda kasi pag alam natin kung ano yung personality kasi yung tendencies ba. Malalaman natin yung tendencies niya to become anxious and what are those behaviors that can still be improved or personality of the person that can still be improved or can be managed, no? So, ayan, limitations. Culture influences test interpretation, very westernized, no? Test misuse if the clinician lacks training and over reliance on Western norms. Okay. Okay, so far you have questions. ABC analysis. Okay, questions. So, let's go to behavioral and observational personality assessment. So, punta tayo dito, dumako tayo dito ng part. Okay. Behavioral assessment, FBA and ABC. Purpose of this is to identify antecedents, behaviors, consequences. May mga iba't ibang mga checklist na binibigay. Let's say for ADHD, conduct problems, school settings, and autism interventions. May autism checklist din, usually. Usually parent or caregiver ang binibigyan nito. Behavioral assessment, iba-iba yan. Pwedeng child behavior checklist, kagaya nito. Checklist. CBCL. So, ito binibigay ko to sa mga bata, mga kids. 1 to 5 and meron din 6 to 18. So, usually, ito yung legit na ginagamit talaga, no? Child behavior checklist. So, sports, ganyan, no, activities, organizations, the child belongs, hobbies, and certain checklist, let's say performance in school, special education, nag-ulit ba siya ng grade, ganyan. Concerns niya about sa child, describe the best things about the child, no, something like that. And this is the checklist ng talaga yung mga behaviors ng mga bata, usually. Not true, somewhat or often true. So they have to encircle it kung ano talaga yung tingin nila sa mga kids, bata nila. No? So usually ang caregiver ang nag-fill out nito. It can be the parent, but usually ang sinasabi ko talaga is yung dun talaga sa mga yung mayroon talagang monitoring at yung nag-aalaga talaga sa bata. Sometimes kasi the parents can be absent kasi sa buhay ng child. So, sinasabi ko dun sa talagang may nakakatutok talaga sa behavior ng anak nila. So, this is a form of behavioral assessment. And meron ding mga checklist, certain checklist to help us rule out if there are ADHD, conduct problems or disorders. And also, autism or neurodevelopmental disorders. Mga ganun. In interviews, although not a formal test, structured and semi-structured interviews reveal personality patterns like the SKID, structure interview for DSM disorders, MCMI interview formats, and personality disorder-based interviews. So, ginagamit to mostly for annulment, yung mga ganun talaga, no? So, clinically based kasi talaga dapat yung mga cases like that. So, hindi na basta-basta madali kasi talagang ipasa to counseling. If gusto nyo talagang ma-approve yung annulment ng isang case, kailangan talaga tayo makapag-probe talaga ng powerful talaga na ano ba, na tawag yan, na powerful talaga dapat. Yung hindi siya basta-basta pwede mong ipa-counseling lang. Hindi talagang meron talagang intense na case talaga na nangyari. or disorder si client, no? Let's say psychosis which can be incurable. So yung mga bagay na ganun, akala nyo lang madali magpa-annul ngayon. Diyos ko, mahirap. Kasi the government, our country protects family and marriage. Hindi siya madali, no? Okay. Ayan, so clinical interviews, ginagamit din siya to assess behavior. Observational personality assessment, we have play therapy, usually for kids 5 and below, school-based evaluations, and clinical case formulation. So usually din, may mga collateral information din tayong kinukuha. Collateral information, ibig sabihin, third party yung nagbigay sa atin ng information, hindi tayo mismo. Hindi siya through assessment lang. So yan. Let's go to ethical issues in personality testing. Only licensed psychologists may interpret a certain test under RA 10029. Psychometricians can administer but cannot diagnose or interpret clinical meaning. So si psychologist lang talaga yung pwedeng makapag-interpret at saka makapag-diagnose, no, ng isang client. Cultural validity concerns, Western norms do not always fit Filipino contexts. And test security, tests must not be photocopied or shared online. Maraming mga cases na ganito rin. May risk of misdiagnosis, especially when projective tests are used alone solely without supporting data. That is the danger, no? Assessment, it means variety ang kailangan yung gamitin na methods for you to properly give the diagnosis. So, a projective test or one single test or an interview does not stand alone. It's not valid. You cannot do that. Bawal yun. Hindi siya pwede, no? Alangan lang sa base ka lang sa interview. You have to use methods, at least 3 methods before ka talaga makapagbigay ng diagnosis. No? Mahirap kasi yun 'di ba? Yung mga psychia ngayon madaling makapag-diagnose, isang session pa lang, interview lang, diagnose sila agad, no? Tayo kasi sa psych, ako ha, ito ay ang bias ko lamang, no? Hindi po pwede na interview lang, maniwala ka na agad na yun yung diagnosis ni patient or ni client. And that's so kulang siya ng validity. Hindi ka gumamit ng empirical methods like test, standardized test, no? Hindi pwede nagpa-check up ka lang tapos ito yung mga symptoms mo ganyan. No, regardless kung meron ka talagang formal talaga na diagnosis before ka talaga pumunta kay pwede niyang i-rule out yun or baguhin yung diagnosis na yun. Okay? So hindi ko siya ini-empower yung ganong pamamaraan, no? Okay, in summary, personality tests are essential tools in clinical psychology offering structured insight into behavioral patterns, emotional functioning, and interpersonal style. So, a skilled clinician integrates multiple sources of data like objective tests, projective tools, interviews, observation, and contextual information or collateral information to form a valid assessment of personality or give a diagnosis. So we use multiple sources of data. Okay. Uses of psychological test in the Philippine setting. For legal and administrative cases of adoption, foster care, forensic settings like annulment, child custody, vows C, no? Criminal responsibility, yan po, ginagamit po natin siya. Cultural limitations and challenges. Western developed tests may misinterpret Filipino values and way of life. Relational norms, respect for authority, religious beliefs, emotional expression, interconflict cases requires a major standardized psychological test. Yeah. Yan po yung mga gamit niya, no? Um, so you have questions in regards with the test? Anything lang? Baka meron kayong gustong i-clarify. Oo, marami kasing pwedeng questions. Gusto ko lang marinig yung questions ninyo, no? Or mga realizations in life lately. May mga gusto kayong i-ask, i-clarify, ganyan. Yeah, please use the initial diagnosis muna po from what I experienced. Yeah, Mary Wisely, thank you for your comments. Yeah, initial diagnosis or preliminary diagnosis. Siguro yun muna yung sabihin ni Cla. Siguro yun muna, preliminary diagnosis. Wag muna siguro yung or pwede nga clinical impression lamang no? Preliminary diagnosis. Yan po ang pinakamas gamit na term dapat. Or tawag niyan, class, um, yeah, basta gano'n. Hindi dapat diagnosis na agad. Mas safe pa talaga si clinical impression. Kumbaga, there is still a chance of falsity ba? Gano'n. Sige, questions, guys. Come on, give me your questions. I want to hear. Sir, it's still accurate to use po ang 16PF. Ako hindi ko na siya gustong gamitin kasi for me obsolete na siya. Pero ginagamit pa man din siya. Sabi po kasi ng iba, ang sabi ng iba na mag-iba ang personality type nila. Mahaba kasi si 16PF, 'di ba? Mahaba siya. Ayoko siyang gamitin actually in the clinic. So, mas gusto ko pa rin si NeoPi. Pero accurate pa rin naman siya, no? Hindi ko siya dinidiscredit. Ginagamit naman pa rin siya kahit sa iba. Oo, ginagamit pa rin siya actually. Mm. Sige daw, questions. Other than that, give me questions, guys. Okay, magpa-quiz ko. Get 1/4 sheet of paper. Na-miss na niyo mag face-to-face? You miss the face-to-face class? Okay lang. Mas gusto niyo sa balay lang mo.